Mic check. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, welcome to another edition of the Race Spec Esports PS4 Pacific Series, and this will be Tier 3 and Round 17 from Mexico. Just 3 races remaining in this season, and it is tight at the top. We have Finn Kelly in first place, currently on 218 championship points. Entei just 18 back. 25 points, and that's just one win from the top of the table. In should be an interesting race today and an interesting finale to the championship. We got Mexico week and then the finale in Abu Dhabi, as we're watching VCN we'll go with in the Alfa Romeo, just about to finish his first flying. Just over 11 minutes remaining in the session. Entei, currently the provisional pole sitter on a 1:14.7. And VC's lap good enough for 10th at the moment. Very angry side pod, charging around on the mediums. So he's clearly got a race strategy in mind, having done 3 consecutive laps on those mediums, looking to get his best time done on the yellow compound Pirelli, but not working out as planned, I'd say, sitting 14th, a whopping 2.4 seconds off the provisional pole sitter, who is now one slick mofo, who's just shaved 500ths off Entei's time at the top. But Entei maybe about might be on a fast lap now actually, and That was, I think I just saw 300ths better than his previous. He's pushing hard, using all the track and a bit more on the entry to the far chicane there, flicking up the dirt into the stadium section now. Ferrari jumps out of his way duly. Slow left-hander, one of the slowest corners in the championship. And the Haas whips around the final corner. Where's this going to put him? Back to the top. 1.5 tenths better, so it's tit for tat at the top of the table. And who's going to be next to have a crack? The Stone Towel in the Williams. He's just making his way through the first part of the lap. About to complete sector 1. 1/10 down on his best time. Locks that front left tyre. Approaching 7 and 8 now. Looks to have it well and truly hooked up through there as he makes his way down this shortish back straight, I guess you could call it, upon approach to the stadium section. And let's see. Ooh, goes very wide on the exit. Got very intimate with the wall there. So the time's no good, unfortunately, to improve. Stays 4th. And who else is on a fast one now? There's a Ferrari. Is it W92? He goes no faster than his previous. Stays 7th. And who's the next cab off the rank? Is One Slick Mofo? No, that's not him, it's his teammate. Well, just prepping for a fast lap. I'll try and find one of the guys on a quick lap at the moment. Where's the Deputy Dilldog at? 10th. Roughly 9/10 off the pole time. So I'd say he's got a bit of improving to do, but goes wide through 7. That'll hurt ya. Picks up the dirt, hangs onto it upon the exit there of 10. What's he got? Misses the apex again through the slow left-hander. That is lucky 13. Stays 10th. His teammate's about to bring it. Well, he was coming in the pits, wasn't he? So, Finn... No, it was W92. Getting the Ferraris mixed up there. Who's that? Honourably Airborne goes to commence a fast lap. He has yet to bank a time. And with just under 7 minutes remaining in the session, we want to get one under his belt. It's a relatively short lap here in Mexico, so... They will have time to get this done, get back, and have one final crack, if my calculations are correct, which they're usually not. And what can Honourably Airborne do? Through the fastest, most fun section of the lap now through that complex, which consists of 7, 8, 9 and 10. Technically turn 11 on the exit, there's a corner, but not one you even consider. And Honourably Airborne's about to bank his first lap, goes up from 15th to 9th. 6.5 tenths off the provisional time. Now, Finn Kelly still in 6th. We'll be looking for better than that. And meanwhile, VCNK pushes himself up to 2nd, just a 13 hundredths. A sorry, 13 thousandths off the pole time. Close. No cigar. One Slick Mofo's back in the pits. Entei looking to improve on that time. This is not a fast lap though. Now we got a McLaren coming into the pits, so no joy there. Both McLarens into the pits. Just trying to find someone on a hot lap. It's not the Smeg either. Invalidated, must have invalidated this one early, so pretty much all the cars coming back to the pits now going to grab themselves a fresh set of Pirelli rubber and go for one last charge at the flag. There's a Alpha out there, but that would be VC finished up his lap. That was good enough for second place, provisional front row spot. So back out on track now is the Deputy Dill Dog. He's got a Breatho in his wake. Let's see what these guys can do. So this could be interesting, especially if some of the positions stay the way they are. Championship leader Finn Kelly, I don't want to say languishing down in 7th, but 4 tenths down. I think he's got a little bit more time up his sleeve, but can tend to save his best for the race. There's that turn 11 I mentioned. Look, you've got to turn the steering wheel, I suppose, but you could do it at 300 k's in a shopping trolley if you needed to. So the Williams of Deputy Dill Dog lines up the final corner for that best possible exit to get his fast lap underway as he tears down one of the longest straights on the calendar. What can the Williams driver do? Just 4 tenths required to get himself up on the 4th row. As we see a bit of cloud cover encroach on the track. 2.5 minutes remaining in the session. 2.5 minutes till it's all over and we get this race underway. I'm looking forward to calling this one. Tends to throw up a bit of action, the Mexican track. So through 7, 8, 9. Oh, he's gone wide and invalidated the lap. That's going to be the Deputy Dill Dog's day done. You won't be going better than 15th. Oh dear, oh dear. We'll go to the next man on track, Breatho. He's kept it between the white lines up until this point. As he approaches the stadium, locks the tyre but finds the apex regardless. 11th place. 4 tenths will get him up into 5th, but it's good enough for 4th. Only 2 tenths off the pole time. That's a solid lap from Breatho. Next up, Stone Towel. He's underway on a hot lap. This is too much excitement. I've got to crack another stubby here. So Stone Towel, 9th place. I know he's got more time up his sleeve. The Alpha Tauri jumps out of the way. Respectfully, did it put off the Stone Towel regardless, though he ran wide as he got through 6. The double apex right-hander. Into the stadium. So we won't have a Williams higher than 7th position. Now, who else is out there cranking a lap? Semi-Pro in the 2nd of the Alpha Tauris. Can he usurp his teammate and move on to the 3rd row? Does he have that little bit of time up his sleeve? Just needs to find a couple of tenths and it'll be good enough for... Okay, he's coming into the pits just to make a goose of me. The Smeg, is he on a hot lap? He's still a 2nd down, so this I don't think this is going to be any good to get him off the bottom of the standings there. Well, it's invalidated anyway, so we will find someone else. The Polish Gorilla boxers, I think we're all just about done and dusted, are we? So, in the meantime, at the clutch moment, Finn Kelly drops in casually a 1:14 flat and just usurps the field by 4 tenths. But regardless, good to see it's the 2 championship contenders going to be starting on the front row. How good. So Finn Kelly on pole, Entei 2nd. We'll leave you there for now. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back in time for the start of the race. Here we go, folks. You've joined us just in time for another edition of the Race Spec Esports PS4 Pacific Series. And this is Tier 3 and Round 17 of the championship coming to you from Mexico. Only 3 races remain. There's your championship leader already sitting on the grid. Nigel No Friends there. And here comes his main title protagonist at the moment, Entei. Scotty down there in 9th, currently sits 3rd. Let's see if we can get a front-on view of the start. Well, that's miles away, that one. We might go with that for now. So here come the lights as we get ready for race start. And the 2 championship contenders get us underway and lead the field down the long straight. And the slipstreaming begins already. You can see the Polish Gorilla slotting in behind the 2 race leaders already as they look for a move into turn 1. Finn Kelly's going to lead. Entei holds his position. There's a Alfa Romeo gone wide at the start. And dropping down, who was that? Oh, there's an Alpha Tauri gone round. It's a semi-pro. He's facing the wrong way with a McLaren, a very angry side pod joining him as they try to get underway once more. The pack leaves them behind, led by Finn Kelly, already with a 1.2 second gap over Entei. Bretho in 3rd in the Alpha Tauri, stalked by VCN in 4th. One Slick Mofo has dropped it back a bit with the rest of the pack queuing up behind him now, looking for some moves. I saw the Smeg going up the inside there. Did he get past? Honourably airborne in the Red Bull. Haven't called this tier for a while, but I'm suddenly remembering how difficult it was to pronounce that name. Honourably airborne in the heat of battle as he goes up the inside, or Deputy Dilldog rather, goes round the outside of him and holds that move, parks it on the apex through the slow left-hander. So that's lap 1 of 36 done already. It's Finn Kelly, Entei in 2nd, the Alpha Tauri of Bretho 3rd, and just behind him would be VCN KI. They make their way down to the first corner. Here's Scotty harassing the Renault. Oh, and the Renault gets a tank slapper on you coming out of the turn, and he's going to get passed easily by Scotty. Already hones in on his next potential victim, the Stone Towel. Oh, there's a Ferrari getting well out of shape, coming out of 5. Holds it together regardless. This could come to life, this race, once we get a bit of DRS action thrown in there. It's still Finn Kelly, but that gap seemingly under 1 second. I don't think it's moving off 0.935 there. Probably a glitch in the timing at the moment. Hopefully that'll get ironed out shortly. As the cars, there we go, 1.2 second gap as Finn Kelly sets the fastest lap of the race, and we now have DRS enabled. So we'll take a look further down the field at some of these guys dueling for the lower places. I think we got a Ferrari there looking up the inside and passing the Renault of the Polish Gorilla in the background. The Polish Gorilla quickly dropping places after starting 4th. He finds himself in 9th now. And Scotty's looking for that pass on the Stone Towel. Has a bit of a peek into 4, can't quite get it done. And pretty much the rest of the lap, you're destined to follow the guy in front of you. No real passing opportunities unless the guy in front of you puts a foot wrong. We go through 7, 8, 9, and turn 10. And this slight left will be 11. There's a time penalty already for the 4th place Alpha of VCNK. It'll be 3 seconds added onto his time at the end of the race. As we say that, he makes a pass on Bretho going into the final corner. Would compromise his exit a little bit, so the Alpha Tower, oh, he does get the benefit of DRS. He was behind before he made the pass, so that's worked well. He should hold that spot going down into turn 1. Behind there, here's Scotty looking for that move up the inside of the stone towel, and it's a clean pass on the Williams, and that's another place for the Haas driver. Stone towel. He's going to have to watch in his and a prompt purple with that slipstream. Took the purple first sector, Scotty. And the stone towel's going to have to watch his mirrors as W92 approaches in the background, looking to make a move of his own. Quick peek further down the field as the rest of the guys jockey for position down here. We've seen the Mercedes of Metz trying to make, might just actually check up front. Has Entei got DRS? No, not quite, but regardless, got that gap down to 6/10. We've got a yellow flag. There's a McLaren of, I think it's the very angry side pod. He's gone for another 360. Gathers it up and gets going once more. All but last. The semi-pro down there in 16th. He's boxed for a new set of medium tyres. Hence the reason he's dropped so far down. So he'll be looking for some safety car intervention at some stage. Back to the front of the field, and Finn Kelly and Entei, the two championship rivals, now within half a second of each other. And if he can hold that gap coming towards the end of the lap, he'll have the benefit of DRS down that main straight. That Finn Kelly in the Ferrari, last week's winner, will have no intentions of making it easy for the Haas driver. And there's the second time penalty of the race, dished out to the sister Ferrari. So DRS for Entei there. It's not going to be enough to get him into a passing position going into the first corner. But by geez, practically got his nose tucked under the gearbox of the Ferrari. As we look down upon the two, and we've got another yellow flag in Sector 1. Someone's run wide. I think there's trouble for VCN KI. We'll just take a quick look. Yeah, his front wing's gone. He's shunted in the first sector there. That first complex of corners. I'm not sure what happened. Might have come to blows with another driver. And that's going to be a bit of a slow crawl all the way back to the pits for the Alpha driver. That's a shame. After qualifying third, finding himself dropping back. We've got another yellow flag. That's Metz. He's cooked it. We'll go on board there on the right. You can see Metz. And that's going to be a virtual safety car. Now, will any of the drivers take advantage of this and come into the pits? One Slick Mofo's in, the Stone Towel's in, the Polish Gorilla's in. So there's action aplenty now in the pits. Here they come, trying to make the most of this. Most of the field with the leaders and Bretho, Scotty, W92, they all went through. So it had to be a quick decision as to whether or not you were coming in. And these guys quickly jump onto the medium tyres while the Mercedes of Metz gets cleared away on the other side of the track. It's just on the exit of turn 8. Oh, and the Stone Towel, he's picked himself up a drive-through penalty. speeding under the virtual safety car, which is now done and dusted with, and we are back racing once more. So back up front, these two resume their battle. Finn Kelly in the Ferrari, 218 championship points. Entei in the Haas, second on 200, looking to reduce that deficit as we commence lap 8. So he's got another 28 laps to get it done. Play the game. What strategy will he use? Is he going to have a look up the inside here? He's close, but decides better of it. Finn Kelly locks a brake under pressure, but gets away nonetheless. Entei with DRS once more. 3 DRS zones on this track. In the second one now. So the Stone Towers boxing, he's taking that penalty already, and just ahead of him is honourably airborne, looking to ditch those tyres. Started on the mediums, the Red Bull driver, so he's now taking on the softs. Let's see who's made what stops. There you have it. So there's the visible gap between first and second. Will it be enough for Entei to make use of the DRS? Well, I'll tell you what, he got a rocketing exit out of the final corner. Can he tuck into the slipstream and make something of it before they get to turn 1? He's closing, he's looking, he's peeking out. Once again, decides better of it. He's playing it patiently, biding his time. Seems to have the speed advantage at the moment. I don't think he wasn't going to try it there. I don't think he's going to try it here this time. Tyres locking. Oh, and the Ferrari definitely ran wide through 4, sorry. Entei, as close as ever. Look at that, the 3 championship leaders. First, second and third in the championship. First, second and third on track. We just need Scotty up there now, getting amongst it. He'll be ruining the poor qualifying session. Started 9th. But has made his way up to 3rd nonetheless. So the top 5, as you can see, all on the 8-lap-old softs, which they're looking to shed as we speak. So they jump into the pits. And away they go once more. So Scotty stayed out there. I think the gap to Scott... Oh, if we look up ahead there's a bit of action going on into the first corner now. 3 cars playing around with it. I think we've got a Williams up ahead somewhere that's gone off. Might have been the Stone Tower. I'm not sure if I saw that correctly. Either way, though, that Ferrari of Finn Kelly's not looking to waste any time behind Deputy Dilldog. He gets through. That could be pretty... Bus gets held up behind Deputy... Oh no, didn't get held up much at all. So they resume hostilities. Next on the list is One Slick Mofo in the sole remaining Mercedes, following the demise of Metz on lap 5, I think it was. So here they come. Can Entei somehow use the Mercedes? Will the Mercedes... I don't think the Mercedes driver will want to make it too easy for him, will he? Runs wide. 3-second time penalty picked up for the semi-pro down there in 14th. So the bonus here for Finn Kelly will be the benefit of DRS as he tails the Mercedes. Entei will get a dose of his own, but Not enough to get past the Mercedes. 3-second time penalty for Smeg as well, who currently sits up there in 10th on the medium. He started the race 16th and last on the medium. And so with another dose of DRS, Finn Kelly able to open up that gap to over a second now to Entei, the biggest it's been since lap 1. Come back to those guys. We'll have a look at Very Angry Side Pod. He was having a duel. And I think his teammate in the McLaren, Tent Sandals, might be looking for a move here on, or may have just got passed by Honourably Airborne. And there's another time penalty, so they're starting to get dished out now, like party bags. One Slick Mofo picks up one. Entei still yet to pass him. This will be costing him time. They're heading down into that first corner now. I think Entei's making that pass. He does. So Finn Kelly and Entei together once more on track, but the gap out to 1.7 seconds. The Smeg's your leader on track. Here goes Tent Sandals up the never mind, up the inside, just straight past, well before the corner. That Red Bull lacking a bit of straight line speed, I think. And that drops Honourably Airborne to 13th. So, no real battles going on track now. You've got these guys down in 14th and 15th. They're about the closest. Breatho up in 7, gets himself a 3-second time penalty. So they've all... Oh, VCNKO has got 2. He's got 6 seconds worth of time to be added on to his total race time at the completion. And a shout out to some of you guys in the comments there watching the stream live. Get involved, guys. Give us your predictions for the race. Who do you think will win? Second, third, fastest lap? Who will be the next to retire? Any opinions you may have on the race or something I may have missed, chuck it in the comments there. Get involved. As we watch the Semi-Pro and the Stone Towel get well and truly involved with each other. This looks like a potential pass coming up as the Stone Towel on 5-lap younger tyres. He's going to get this pass done pretty early. There's going to be a McLaren to attend with as they get closer down the straight. McLaren's going to hold that spot. It's Very Angry Side Pod coming out on the hard tyres, looking to make a bit of a run all the way to the end of the race. Can it be done? 23 laps, you want to push those. I don't know if that's a goer. I don't know if that's possible. The way the Stone Towel dispatches the Semi-Pro in the AlphaTauri and promptly moves on to the McLaren's hind quarter. And that would be the Very Angry Side Pod. Had a busy race. Started 10th, finds himself now in 13th. Meanwhile, up front, the Smeg has finally pitted, so Finn Kelly resumes the rightful race lead there. Entei just behind, but that gap between the top two, which was 1.8 seconds, has now found its way down to 1.2. Stone Towel, he's not going to have the speed, I don't think, to catch this McLaren going into turn 1, will he? He pokes his nose out just to remind the Very Angry Side Pod that he's there. But the McLaren driver not interested. Williams advances. Just a bit further down the track, we've got the other McLaren of Tent Sandals. So the Smegs come out, and going well wide. That was coming out of 8. And that allows the racing point of Smeg, who's just come out of the pits on the hard tyres in front of the McLaren driver, to pull away. Now we'll go up to Scotty in the second of the half. He's got a bit of action going on. 3 cars involved in it going into the first corner here. Scotty will lead them through turn 1. Nose to tail. The F1 Centipede, and Bretho looking to take Deputy Dilldog on the outside. Also going to get a good run on Scotty, but just slots in. Now the Ferrari of We92 involved back there. So, a little 4-way fight for 4th place. Definitely Bretho looking the most punchy of the lot. Ooh, the Ferrari, that's going to go off an NK, CNK. Can I buy a vowel? Finds his way into the concrete barrier. Lucky to keep it going. Trying to remember his 3-point turn skills from his driving test days. Gets it up and running once more. And he's going to have to promptly jump into the pits for some new front wing pieces. You kind of had a feeling something was going to go awry for one of them. You don't often get 4 of them battling in any of these races without someone punching their nose into a fence. And on this occasion, it's We92. So that's going to drop him well down. I think he's doing all right there, considering he started the race in, I think, 13th. He's made a noble effort to get up there. Meanwhile, up front, Finn Kelly and Entei, now only separated by less than a second. Love to see those two go at it. Tent Sandals isn't done with the Smeg yet. He's reclosed that gap now to under a second. He might have something to say about 9th position when they come round to the front straight. Here we go, over the start-finish line. What can he do? The gap 6/10 we've seen with other cars. It hasn't been quite enough to get a move done into the first corner, but this McLaren's got some superior speed. It goes pretty conservative. Didn't want to launch a McLaren missile into the gearbox of the Racing Point, so decided to live and fight another day. Very conservative on the brakes. Through 4, 5. This will be 6. The right-hander. They're closing in on the Polish Gorilla up ahead as well. So as they're embroiled in their own little battle, they're about to drag the Renault into it as well, by the looks of it. Alright, we're going to have to take a quick look to the front of the field because Entei's in the slipstream of Finn Kelly. Is now the time he makes a move into turn 1? Answers no, not this lap. I want to go back to the Smeg and Tent Sandals. Well, there's the Polish Gorilla. He's had a shocking run out of the corner. Makes it easy for the Smeg. He's not going to give it up, though. And here comes Tent Sandals in the slipstream now. 3 of them. Cuts in front of the Renault. Cuts alongside the Racing Point. Takes the position into turn 1. What's the Renault going to do? Oh, did they contact back there? Renault had to bail out of it. It got pretty close. And Tent Sandals, just like that, moves up to 8th. He started in 14th. making quite a move, but he seems to be on an alternate strategy to the rest of the field there. The only man on the soft tyres at this point in time, and working well for him. So, let's go back to the front of the field as the two leaders roll up their sleeves and prepare to go at it once more. The gap less than half a second this time. What can the Haas driver do? Is he close enough this time? He pulls out of the slipstream. Is he going to be the latest on the brakes? No, Finn Kelly. Pretty late on those brakes himself. Don't want to get too late though. Still another DRS section to contend with, as they make their way down to turn 4. But it's not long enough for Entei to get a move done. But we're only just over half distance. Can you believe that? As we see the penalties, they're just getting dished out left, right and centre now. Further down the field, the very angry side pods look lining up the Stone Towel for a move into the first corner. Stone Towel moves to defend. He's not going to give up that position easy. Sticks it on the inside. The McLaren tries to go around the outside. Gets the inside for turn 2. The Stone Towel has the inside for turn 3. They're going to stay side by side as they approach turn 4. And the Stone Towel's forced to tuck in. But good driving from the two of them. Oh, and the Stone Towel throws a dummy out there, trying to throw the McLaren off his game. So the McLaren drivers making moves at this point in time. Entei, Finn Kelly into turn 1. Oh, and the Haas scrubs wide. And that was another time penalty for VCNKI. And as we say that, one slick mofo gets himself one as well. That's 9 seconds worth now for the Alpha driver. Here he is, he's under pressure from Deputy Dilldog. Must have been feeling it a bit. Be feeling it at the end when 9 seconds goes on to the total race time. As the semi-pro picks up one, his time penalties are up to 11 seconds now. So one of those may be a 5-second time penalty, which I'm under the impression can be served in the pits. And as I say it, who's in the pits? It is the semi-pro, so did he serve that penalty in the pits? He sat there a long time. Polish Gorilla gets himself a penalty. The leaders going at it once more. Can he get close enough? He's thinking about it this time, the Haas driver. He just gets agonisingly close, but not close enough. That'll be killing him, as you see Finn Kelly having to weave right out of the way of the Alpha Tauri there of... was that would have been semi-pro, just coming out of the pits, I believe. And getting lapped. So Entei, looks like there's going to be another round of pit stops yet anyway. But he'll want to get the second pit stop done whilst holding track position. He knows an overtake in this stint could be crucial. His tyres locking all over the place now. That gap's 1.2 now. I'm not sure if did he get the DRS. I don't think he's got it. So he's going to have to head down the start-finish straight without it this time. That's not going to help him. Bretho. He's looking, did he just get past or is he looking to pass? He's closing in pretty quickly on Scotty in 4th place. Pulls out, he'll get ahead well before the corner and does. Meanwhile, his teammate up ahead, the semi-pro, has he chucked it? He has. Recovering out of turn 1. see his teammate approach in the background, having freshly passed Scotty in the second half. Up to the midfield, 7th and 8th positions being held by the Smeg and Polish Gorilla. Renault driver wishing to swap those standings pretty quickly as he harasses the racing point. We've got another yellow flag back. Is that... well, the semi-pro's gone this time. So we'll jump on board with the Smeg. We've got a safety car. Safety car is out. This will change. There is the AlphaTauri smashed to smithereens in the middle of the track at turn 11. So this will change the complexion of the race. The leaders are in the pits looking to make their final stops. What tyres will they take on? They're out. And Ente's passed Finn Kelly in the pits. How has he managed that? So, just like that, as the AlphaTauri switches ends and retires, we see the lead switch in the pits with 13 laps to go. Oh, this has spiced up the Mexican Grand Prix somewhat. And Scotty's out of the pits now as well. He's taken on the softs. This is very interesting though. Ente in the lead on the softs. He'll have the superior speed, but is it going to be too much of an ask pushing those soft tyres? He'd have to go 13 laps, assuming the race resumes now. I wouldn't think it's going to get underway straight away, but those tyres could be at the end of their tether come lap 36. This could get interesting. So all it ever takes is one safety car, one good safety car to mix things up. Add that extra ingredient into the race. W92 comes into the pits. That'll drop him to last, and unfortunately with the penalties... oh, sorry, I'm getting him mixed up with VCNKI, but 6 seconds of penalties regardless. The only the only guys with no penalties are the 3 main championship contenders, Ente, Finn Kelly, Scotty, all yet to pick up a penalty. I say yet, I don't assume to think they will pick up one. They've been driving superbly. So strap yourself in, folks. This will be a mad dash to the finish. 12 of the best. As we wait for a Ferrari to catch up the safety car and the queue behind it. And we've still got the McLaren, a very angry side pod, the Stone Toweling the Williams, and honourably airborne there in 13th, coming round to join the queue. So Finn Kelly will be wanting this safety car to come in ASAP. He wants this to become a battle of the tyres. He wants it to come down to tyre degradation. He knows his tyres will outlast those of Ente. There's the current tyre situation. The Haas drivers, the only 2 on the soft tyres. I think this safety car goes around for one more lap. Every lap will count. The lights are still on the safety car. It's going to go around another lap. So this is key. When the lights go out on the safety car, that will indicate that it will pit that lap. As you can see on top there, they still proceed to flash. So it'll take them around for at least one more tour, until the damaged AlphaTauri is cleared away. I say that sort of tongue-in-cheek. Obviously, it's just a game. No actual car to clear away, but simulates the safety car situation nonetheless. So Entei started second, now first. Finn Kelly started first, now second. One Slick Mofo, he started fifth, finds himself 2 spots up. Scotty in fourth after beginning ninth. Actually, we'll bring up those position changes there. The real winners down in 6th and 7th. Deputy Dildog and the Smeg. And the safety cars pretty much dropped perfectly for them, considering they were looking for this kind of situation, having started 15th and 16th respectively. Deputy Dildog took on the hards from the start, and the Smeg started with the mediums. And look, it's just panned out pretty much perfectly. Both making up 9 spots. That's about all they could have asked for at this point in time. So as the field make their way out of turn 10, looks like those lights are off on that safety car, and we're about to go racing once more. So Entei in the Haas backs the pack up through the stadium section. The tension starts to build as we get ready to go for what will be an 11-lap dash. They'll come round the final corner, start lap 26. And all that's gone before us comes down to this final 11 laps, barring any further incidents. So here we go. Looks to get the jump on the field, Entei, and takes them away. No DRS on this first lap. You see Finn Kelly working to warm up his mediums as promptly as possible. Closes in on the Haas. He won't be able to get a move done there. What about further down the field? Lower down the pack, there's cars jockeying for position. We see the Renault of Polish Gorilla. The 2 McLarens now side by side back there, wanting to be the lead car of the team. Oh, and the Williams, who tucks in behind that McLaren. There's 4 cars messing around here now with the Red Bull joining the party. That Williams is going to go right up the inside of the lot of them and gets that move done. Or was there contact back there? Looks like every car's got all their front wing intact somehow. So here we go through the fast section now. It's hard to know where to look. There's cars battling for position everywhere. McLaren, a very angry side pod goes wide. That'll draw the ire of the stewards as we look down on the Ferrari going around the outside of the Red Bull. He'll get the inside line into the slow hairpin at 13. And takes one more position. So back up front, Entei, he needs to make the most of these soft tyres while they're fresh. He'll have a speed advantage. We look back there, VCNKI, there's Scotty moving up into 3rd place on his softs. He needs to make the most of those as well. I think within this lap he can get into DRS range on Finn Kelly and look to make a move and push the Ferrari back. But as we've seen so far this race, that Ferrari's got pretty good straight line speed as they make their way around turn 6. So the field jams up. You see the 2 McLarens back there, still line astern, battling one another. Oh, and there's the 3-second time penalty for Scotty. They've all just been handed one that seemed like stone towel. Very angry side pod, but that's going to hurt Scotty. This is going to come down to mere seconds at the end, you would think. And a 3-second time penalty, not ideal for the Haas driver. As your leader, Entei, sets the fastest lap with a 1:17 flat. And we've got DRS enabled once more for this lap. As we look up ahead, the racing point of the Smeg, trying to get a toe off Deputy Dildog into the first corner. Oh, that's late on the brakes from the Alpha Tauri driver there, Bretho. Gathers it all up. Gets out of turn 3 pretty cleanly. We've got a yellow flag back there. One of those, for the third time today, the very angry side pod. It's not been his day. 3 spins that we saw. Gathers it back up. There's your leader, Entei. Finn Kelly in the background there. Scotty in the distant. Very angry side pod. Just picks up a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting as well. So that'll be pretty much his day done. 16 seconds in penalties there. And another 3-second time penalty for the side pod, so he's given up. He'll finish in the year 1865. Entei, 7/10 gap over Finn Kelly, closing. This could be key for the Ferrari driver. We expect those tyres of Entei's to drop off towards the closing stages of the race. You can keep that gap pretty small. Will be looking good for a pass. One would think the Haas driver Entei will have no intention of making it easy for him. Okay, penalties going out left, right and centre now. So worth noting 4th and 5th, One Slick Mofo and VCNK, both with 9. Oh, there's a 3-second penalty for the leader, Entei. It's a game changer. Will Finn Kelly be aware of this? Does he have warnings of his own? The only man on track not to receive a penalty at this stage. You don't want to see it decided on penalties, but as I say, that tent Sandals gets one. Honourable shout out to Very Angry Side Pod. 37 seconds there in penalties at the conclusion of his race. Actually, he's still out there. I thought he'd cut it away, but or maybe he's just there in spirit only. So Entei, 1.2 second gap to Finn Kelly. Well, Finn Kelly would probably just pretty much need to just keep it between the white lines. He might find himself taking that win by default. We've got VCNK's wiped out down there. Is this going to be another safety car? He's in the fence. No, he's got it going again. Has he? I'm trying to get a look, but I thought I saw the car reverse out of the wall, but either way, he's gone. So another driver departs. Be curious to know if Finn Kelly has any warnings in regards to track limits. I think he's got the superior speed here. He's managing his errs fairly well as also. Deputy Dilldog picks up a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, Finn Kelly closing right in now on Entei. Are those tyres of Entei dropping off already? If those soft tyres have gone over the cliff already, this could be an easy kill for the Ferrari driver going down the start-finish straight. And it could be as soon as next lap. Let's see what happens as they head down the start-finish straight to commence lap 32 of 36. 5 laps remain. He moves to defend the Haas driver. He's going to send the Ferrari round the outside, but he won't have an issue getting it done. And resumes the lead once more. Finn Kelly We didn't get a good exit there. He does have DRS, but the Haas was able to tuck into the slipstream, forced to the outside, and we've got a Williams back there. I think it's the Deputy Dildog's throwing it off at turn 2. So Deputy Dildog drops to 11th there, just ahead of 10th Sandals. Oh, who's that going wide up there? Is that the Renault parking it? Not sure what happened there. They approached turn 4 and the Polish Gorilla, well, just went north trying to head back home to Poland. Not sure where he was going. He's been disqualified regardless. Sent on his way as 10th Sandals picks up a 3-second time penalty. And we've got yellow flags in sector 1 and 2. And we've also got Entei going to try and take first spot back. And I think he'll do it up the inside. They go side by side. He's going to try and stick it around turn 3, but can't do it there. So, bold driving from Finn Kelly to keep the Haas driver at bay. And he used the DRS as they head down to 4-0. It's just going to be line astern. So nothing the Haas driver could do there. That was interesting. I really thought once Finn Kelly had passed that was going to be it. He'd drive away with it. But Entei not done yet. And all the while, this is allowing Scotty to close up. Gap back to him now, just 1.6 seconds. Wouldn't it be lovely to see these three battling it out on track in the same frame? Take a quick peek down to Bretho, who was having a bit of a look at the racing point of the Smeg. He can't get it done there. So, we take it back to the leaders. Entei closes in once more on Finn Kelly with the benefit of DRS. Will he be close enough? I think he will. He's going to go up the inside. Can he make it stick this time? What will the Ferrari driver do in answer? Not much he can do. Has to tuck back into second. And Entei's going to have the benefit of DRS now as they go up to 4. So that might help keep Finn Kelly at bay. But the Ferrari driver's going to have a bit of a look up the inside. Locks a brake. Don't want to fly into the side of the Haas. Compromise your championship. Manages to keep it away. This will be a good opportunity for Scotty to close in all that gap. Although that gap is still at 1.8 seconds. Two and a half laps remaining. Entei in the lead, but harbouring that 3-second time penalty. It's going to be added onto his time at the end. Finn Kelly closes right up there. He wants to take the lead on track. That's all he's interested in. Now he'll have the benefit of DRS, will he? Here he goes into the slipstream. The Haas driver moves to defend. Gets past well before the corner. Plenty of speed in that Ferrari in a straight line. And that's a Haas 2-3 once more. Meanwhile, further down, the Stone Towers just made a move on the sister Ferrari, who's now firmly in the sights of Honourably Airborne as they make their way down to turn 4, both with rear wings open thanks to DRS. Tyres locking, screeching across the tarmac. Ferraris embroiled in battles everywhere. There's a time penalty for the Smeg. Now we better go back up front as these guys go down the start-finish straight once more. This time slowly closing in on a McLaren, but that's very angry side pod ghosting up there, so he's not going to play a part. Fast driver unable to do anything on this lap. Finn Kelly holds position. He's only got a few corners to go before he can take back-to-back wins and increase that championship gap. Put a one-win buffer between himself and Entei here. And we've got a few more corners to negotiate. Makes his way down to the stadium section. So he's done all he needed to, kept it between the white lines where the others couldn't, and the Ferrari driver will extend his championship lead. Finn Kelly, 25 points, takes the win in Mexico. Entei second, and Scotty bringing it home for a very well-deserved third after starting ninth. One Slick Mofo in the Mercedes fourth. Smeg 5th, Abrezo 6th, Deputy Dilldog 7th, and those three finished in tight quarters. Stone Towel 8th, Honourably Airborne 9th, and there's the second Ferrari of Wii 92 in 10th. You'd have to think that Scotty might be... Okay, sorry, shut my mouth. It's the Smeg that's the driver of the day. He did start 16th and last, and got the job done. So there's your winner, Finn Kelly, on the top step of the podium. Great drive today. Only man on track not to pick up a 3-second time penalty, and still managed to finish ahead of the rest. So the three main title protagonists all share the podium. And that leaves us with just 2 rounds remaining in the championship. That, of course, being the PS4 Pacific Series. This has been Tier 3 and Round 17 from Mexico. I'm your host, Mike Wilson. It's been a pleasure bringing you the action. We look forward to you joining us next week. It's bye for now.